The Office of the Parliament celebrates International Women's Day 2023. DigitALL, Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. From a young age, she knew what she wanted to be. She has since become a household name and recognized for stellar work. How did Cecilia Salazar become interested in theater?
Well, it would have to be in school, in St. Joseph Convent, Port of Spain. The English teacher, she had a drama club, and I joined the drama club from young, and I just loved it. And then when I was 15, CIC and St. Joseph Convent did a big production of The Mousetrap. Right, directed by Noble Bihari, and I went and I auditioned, and I got a part, the lead, the woman who owned the hotel in The Mousetrap, and the bug just bit me from then. Everybody said how great I was. I got great reviews in the papers, and I decided that this is something I'm good at. The Archbishop at the time even wrote me a note saying that I should follow this because he thinks I had a lot of talent. So when you get that reinforcement, you tend to want to go with it. And recently, my father passed last year on Good Friday. And it was only in doing his eulogy too, I realized how much he influenced me, because he used to be in Best Village. Yes, with Helen Camps, and Pity Valley used to enter Best Village, and they won for a few years with Felix Edinburgh. And I realized, oh my gosh, I watched my father in these plays growing up in Play of the Month, and I think that must have been a big influence on me as well.
What were some of the challenges along your journey?
Wanting to go away and study, that became the first thing. My parents are, average middle-class Trinis, so they had to mortgage the house and whatever to send me. And I got to go, Brock. And then I decided I wanted to come back to Trinidad because I wanted to find out who I was or who I am. I'm still working on it in terms of Trinidad and Tobago as a half Portuguese, half Venezuelan mixed woman, what I can contribute to my country. So I came back, and therein lied the challenges, because I only got foreign parts. I got Shakespeare, I get all the foreign plays, and that sort of thing. And it was very hard for me to get local roles until, I broke into that with Trinidad Theatre Workshop, I think. And so I found out that there was a Caribbean classic as well. And because I was trained and could speak properly and educated, I fit right into that. And I really loved working with them, with Derek Walcott and Joke of Seville and Tija and lots of productions like that. Other challenges would have to be space. A lot of times it's, we don't have that much space in Trinidad for actors. I mean, we're in the wonderful little Carib Theatre, but this could only hold, 200 and something people, And so space is another challenge for us actors right now. And recognition of the theatre as a vibrant, valid art form in Trinidad. I think we still have a long way to go with that.
What were some of the highlights and successes?
Okay, so I have 9 Cacique Awards. Remember, we used to have Cacique Awards. I have 5 Best Actress and 4 Best Supporting Actress Awards. I think it's the highest of any single person as an actor. Some people have more, but for writing, directing, acting, I have only for acting. And one year I won both the Best Actress and the Best Supporting Actress in 1 year. I thought that was quite a feat. But the Caciques are not happening anymore. You see what I'm talking about? The recognition for the arts. And some of my roles that stand out for me would be Lizzie in Mary Could Dance, because that was the first time as well I was given a role where I was a local, where I was a Trini, a woman working in a club, dancing, you know, an average Trini, you know, I could talk all I want to talk then, you know, I wasn't a classic part, and I think that changed how people saw me as a performer. And that play we ran for 18 years, 18 to 20 years in Trinidad. I think it's the longest running play ever, and we sold out all the time, and it was an amazing experience. And we took it up the Caribbean. We went to Barbados, we went St. Vincent, we went Grenada, and everywhere we went, it got rave reviews. So that would be a highlight for me. And then, well, there are many others, there's so many, yeah? But Miss Miles, The Woman of the World as well. That was a one-woman show that I did with the amazing, late, great Tony Hall. And we worked on that for many years. And I was very proud of that because besides being a one-woman show, so it was a lot of work on my part to bring this character to life. I finally found a character, a Trinidadian woman who stood up for something, who I could play, who I could emulate, who I could teach people about, you know, about integrity and standing up for your rights. And if you know, Jean Miles was one of the first, she was a whistleblower with the gas station racket scandal. So it was a true woman, a real story. So that was, I think that, as Tony says, was my master's in acting.
Is there a need to protect the rights of women and girls in digital spaces?
I mean, we still need to protect them far less in the real world. I mean, if you look at what's going on in a lot of countries around the world, you know, in Afghanistan and Iran and what's going on, we need to protect, and even in Trinidad, oh my God, how many women go missing all the time. So we need to protect them, but now with the digital age, it makes it even harder and more important to protect them, because now they can meet somebody online and that's it, they're gone, and you don't even know where, how, whatever. So definitely, I don't know how we do it, except through education and making sure our young girls understand, our young ladies understand the dangers of, you know, the digital. I have 3 daughters, so they teach me a lot more. But I think the millennials and the ones growing up, they're very aware, they're very savvy. So we, the adults, need to get on board with them, because half the time we don't know what they're doing. So we need to teach ourselves to make sure that we can protect them as much as possible.
Do you think it is important to celebrate International Women's Day annually?
Some people say, well, why you have to celebrate, you know, what about international? Well, there is an International Man's Day as well. But until we're all equal, we have to celebrate it. We have to show the inequalities that women have faced. I mean, women only got a vote when? In 1960s. If you watch movies with suffrage and women, can you imagine that? When you watch those old English movies, you see that women had no rights to their property, their bodies, hello, that's not very long ago. So I think it's very important that we celebrate International Women's Day, because only until we realize how valuable we are and powerful we are will we have a voice and will our self-worth, you know, grow. And it's done a lot for me. I came upon International Women's Day, I don't know, around 2010. Before that, I didn't really know it existed that much. And I think it was through doing Miss Miles as well. You know, I sort of started to become a little more of a feminist. And I decided to do a show for International Women's Day, which I did right here at the Little Carib, called When Women Roar. And I did it 2 years here and then 2 years at the Black Box on Murray Street, where I invited women from all genres of the arts, music, dance, spoken word, activists, film. Judith Laird took part, Verna St. Rose took part, Chantal Estelle, Glenda Thomas, many, Sonia Dumas, many took part. And I invited them to come and bring a piece showing the beauty, the strength of women. And it was great to celebrate. And that's what I think it is. It's a day when we celebrate women. You know, we don't have to look at the other days for discrimination and violence against women, but International Women's Day is to celebrate the joy and the beauty of being a woman.
The Office of the Parliament celebrates International Women's Day 2023. DigitALL, innovation and technology for gender equality.